OPEC Plus members to delay production increase until April. Welcome to Market Insight. I'm Ludovica Brignola. OPEC Plus members have decided to delay a production increase until April, and now oil prices are rising. So what is the outlook for the oil market? Well, to answer all that and more, I am joined today by Youssef Alshammari. He is a president of the London College for Energy Economics. Thank you very much, Youssef, for being with us today. Right, so first of all, what are the consequences of this decision to essentially delay a production increase until April?
Hello, Ludwika, and thanks for having me. Of course, here, during the 2024 year, we've seen especially after the second half of the year, there has been a significant decline in prices. In fact, that's estimated to be around 18% compared to the highest levels in April this year. And there are multiple factors that have driven that decline, whether it's the economic uncertainty in China or the rising supplies in the US and other producers. And I believe the group has done a very good job in terms of stabilizing prices around the $80 within last year in 2023. This year, the average price has been slightly lower, and they had three levels of cuts. The first one was the all OPEC 22 member countries taking a cut of around 2 million barrels. That has been in place until end of 2025. And there are two other cuts taken as voluntary. And that means these are unilateral cuts by member countries, not including the whole 22 countries. And these are at 1.6 and 2.2. Mm-hmm. So the delay now this is the third delay, by the way. So there was a plan to bring back these barrels in October. That was delayed until December, and then January, and now until the end of March, so all the Q1.
Now, how important, in your opinion, is this delay in, as you're saying, keeping these prices stable in a way, especially if we look at the demand side of things right now? How is the demand outlook looking, Youssef, especially when we think of India and China on the one hand, but then really the rest of the world?
Well, I believe that this may not be the best time for OPEC to ramp up production, because anyway, towards Q4 and Q1 in each year, this is the low demand season. And of course, added to that is China economic numbers are not showing well. The PMI just showed expansion in economic activity in China, and the exports number still below the level last, in fact, before the pandemic. So I believe this delay should support the market stability in terms of keeping prices where perhaps the group would like them to see. Also, keeping stocks within reasonable level, because stocks, especially in the US and OECD, are expected to increase if they ramp up that production. And then the third factor is that we have a new US president who is coming back to the White House, and I believe it's also in the interest of OPEC to see how the markets will react and when he comes in early next year.
Right, and on the stocks front that you were mentioning, obviously on the US, is there, in your opinion, an intrinsic problem when it comes to the supply side? And I mean, there could potentially be an increasing production in the US, Russia potentially, again, coming off the sanctions list, and then obviously keeping an eye on Iran. What's happening on the supply side?
We have seen increase in supply in the US especially, and the US production now is around 13.5 million barrels. That's driven by enhancement in efficiency, reduction in cost. Of course, we've seen consolidations of many US shale producers in the Permian, and I believe this has been a major factor to the high numbers that we're seeing in the US. Also Guyana, Brazil, and Canada, and many other countries. So what that shows is there are ample supplies, especially in the light sweet crude in the western side, Western America, let's say. So that shows that perhaps if the group, again, this OPEC crude, which is, by the way, it's considered to be the medium light, and that is it's very good in producing diesel, still in high demand, but that's pretty much in Asia. So all that essentially supports the collective efforts from the group to keep their barrels off the markets. Essentially now we have more than 5 million barrels of spare capacity that is being taken off the markets from the whole OPEC plus groups. This is around, I believe, 5.8 million barrels. So with these ample supplies, I believe this is another factor why the delaying supplies or bringing back these barrels now is
the market.
It should be perhaps the best strategy at this time.
Wonderful insights. Youssef Alshammari, President of the London College of Energy Economics, thank you very much for being with us today. And that is your Market Insight. Don't forget you can watch more videos on Reuters.com.